This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. I was just recording tonight's video, and then all of a sudden, as you'll see when it's uploaded later this evening, at the very end, I got a text message from the Bakersfield insider there down in Condors Land saying, well, hey, that Oilers move we've been waiting for in terms of Ryan McLeod has happened, and unfortunately it's not good news, but at the same rate too, we've got some situational things happening here with the Oilers defense, as well as a right-handed defender has been recalled from the Edmonton Oilers affiliate, the Bakersfield Condors, in this evening's news here on Oilers Talks on Dolynny TV, as we will get going with that in a moment. But if you're new to the channel, friends, the Oilers doing their final roster moves potentially before the start of the playoffs. If you're new to the channel, I want you aboard for the playoffs, so please consider hitting that subscribe button. And with that, wait no further, let's get to it. The Edmonton Oilers have recalled defenseman Jason Demers from the Bakersfield Condors. You may wonder, how the heck has this happened? Well, Ryan McLeod has been placed on LTIR. I don't know if it's retroactive or anything here. We're still waiting for things to spill in. Obviously, we know Mr. Ryan McLeod has been out for a few games here over the past several weeks and now placed fully on the LTIR. And the Condors, of course, they have a little bit of time to burn in the situation down there in the AHL after clinching their Calder Cup playoff berth last night, I believe it was, with a 3-0 win over top of the Colorado Eagles. But now, Jason Demers, of course, if you don't remember, he's had a season here in Edmonton Oilers land, right? Jason Demers has had a very interesting one. He ended up making it in camp, I think, namely because Vinny Desharnais got injured in the captain's skates, and this is one of those things you can look back almost 82 games later and kind of see how it all evolved, which is really, really nifty because I haven't really been able to do that over the course of this 5 years that I've done this. But Jason Demers came to camp on a PTO, right? As we know that Ken Holland doesn't usually bring guys to camp on a PTO unless he desires to sign them. So then all of a sudden Jason Demers doesn't really ever show much of anything at camp. It was kind of tough, right? He's coming out of not really playing in the NHL the past few years. He was an Olympian last year. Kind of a weird situation for Jason Demers trying to get back to the NHL. And, well, Jason Demers then goes to the Bakersfield Condors on a PTO. And then situation dictates he signs another PTO, I do believe, midway through one of those fall months. And then he ends up in a weird situation where he couldn't continue any longer. He either needed an AHL contract or an NHL contract, and the Edmonton Oilers then went forward and signed him to an NHL deal where he has been sitting after clearing waivers post-signing down in Bakersfield. I believe there was a point at which he was hurt this season for the Bakersfield Condors as well, so he's had a very interesting year so far in terms of being a journeyman veteran kind of guy in the NHL, AHL situation for Jason Demers. A right-handed shot. The Oilers never really needed a right-hand shot down the stretch after Vinny Desharnais emerged out and did what he did. But just to give you an idea of Jason Demers and what he's been hiding around in the minors for us, is he is a $750,000 contract. He's a 34-year-old veteran. Right-hand shot, as I mentioned. He was picked way back in the 7th round by the San Jose Sharks in 2008. And to give you an idea here of what Jason Demers has been up to, this is the big part for us as Oilers fans. He's sitting on career game 699 already played in the NHL. So there's a couple of factors here. I'm not sure if I'm allowed via the Bakersfield Condors contact to tell you why this recall has actually happened, but to give you an idea at current why this recall is happening and why it is Jason Demers being recalled is you just have to look at the career games played, right? This is for Jason Demers after trying to get back into the NHL. He was in the KHL last season, hasn't been able to make it up at all this season. You would have to figure that this recall is a reward to a veteran player that served his time on your minor league affiliate this season and will now get to play game 700 of his career before this offseason, having to make a tough choice between hanging him up or trying to cut it out one more season. So for Jason Demers, a great reward, and I have on very good intel, unless things have been released here to the public on Twitter so far, I have very good intel that it will be Jason Demers playing his 700th game on Saturday against the San Jose Sharks because of a situation with the Oilers defense. So that is where we are at. It looks like Ryan McLeod's last game was on March 14th for Ottawa. If he was placed on retroactive LTIR the next day, he has already surpassed the 10-game limit and will surpass the 24-day limit in 2 days. I would expect him to play against Colorado and San Jose next week. So Demers is, I don't know if Demers will be depth for the playoffs, obviously, because we burnt a recall on him. Yes, I would expect him to be there in the kind of 8-hole for the Edmonton Oilers. But as you look at it, Jason Demers is here with the Oilers to play game number 700 as a thank you for everything he has done for the guys down on the farm this season. That is why Jason Demers is up here. And yes, there is actually a secondary reason in terms of an Oilers roster related situation. I'm sorry if I keep playing you along here, but I can't actually name what's going on here right now because of obviously the inside intel I have. There is a reason, but it'll be released on Twitter later this evening, so keep your eyes glued. It does pertain to the Oilers defense and needing a right-hand shot defenseman here over the course of the next 48 hours going into that San Jose Sharks game on Saturday. In fact, maybe I can sit here and say as to why, but again, it's also not something really, there it is, really that I want to mention out loud as of yet, because it is not necessarily a good thing to have that being released as of yet. Of course, we'll see if that gets released tomorrow when the Oilers talk to the media, or if the Oilers talk to the media tomorrow or on Saturday. But that's where we're sitting right now. Obviously, Ryan McLeod on the LTIR. I broke that down for you. Jason Demers, it's a feel-good story. We've already clinched playoffs. The way we've been playing, adding Jason Demers in as a right-hand shot defenseman in either a 12-7 or 11-7 or a 12-6 format will not cost us at all. And obviously, too, right now, Ryan McLeod gets us that cap space that we need to do that, right? The LTIR is how you activate it, because the situation dictating we need a defenseman does not mean cap is coming off the books. No one is injured. I will say that much. I guess that is what I do know for sure. This does not pertain to an injury. Jason Demers' recall, just to give you one last time, does not pertain to an injury on the Oilers blue line. There are some other things going on that the Oilers need to take care of with their 7-man group we've been running for a long time, that turns into needing Jason Demers for this game on Saturday against the San Jose Sharks. So you don't have to ask around, will he play on Saturday? He will play on Saturday. Mark my words, unless for some reason the Oilers go 11 or 12-6 with their defense. But as it currently stands, my friends, the Oilers will go 11-7 more than likely to fit him in, or go 12-6 and play him on the right-hand shot. So there you go, friends. That's where we're at tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into this breaking news edition of Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. Thanks for being here. I'm up on, out of here.